Let's talk about these things. Antenna tuners. What are they? And what are they not? Let's get into it. Hey guys, haven't actually done a video for you for a while. Been doing lots of live feeds. Thanks for joining in on those. A lot of fun for me, a lot of fun for you. But today I just thought I'd do a quick little short video on antenna tuners. And I'm probably going to ruffle some feathers here, so I apologize for that in advance. So let's talk about it. What is an antenna tuner? Well, first of all, it's not an antenna tuner. That name in and of itself is an oxymoron. That device up there that I have, and I'll talk about why I actually have that, does not tune your antenna. It does not make a bad or a compromised antenna good in any way. It only does one thing. Its sole purpose, it should be called an antenna buffer. When you have a poorly performing antenna that is not a 50 ohm match to your transceiver, and you have a higher standing wave with reflect coming down, that device takes that reflex and moves it into capacitance and protects your transmitter. It does not make, even though your screen will say so, and some people just can't wrap their head around this, it doesn't give you more out, okay? Because if you put a meter between the antenna and that tuner, pre-tune and post-tune will show the same amount of reflect. So the best antenna you can have, and I didn't make this up, I learned it from my Elmer, who's super smart, radio broadcast engineer guy, 50, 60 year ham, knows more, he's forgot more than I'll ever know, but your best antenna is always one cut to residence. So that's why I have so many antennas out there. Now, I realize a lot of you guys are HOA'd to death and limited on space. You don't have acreage like I do, and you can only do what you can do. And if you just can do a G5RV or some kind of in-fed long wire or some kind of vertical, that's fine. And you may need a tuner to get your antenna and your transmitter to work together without hurting your transmitter. But just don't be under any kind of disillusion that now your long wire works as good as my 40 meter antenna, or your long wire is not going to outperform my antennas that are cut for residence. No how, no way. If that was the case, I wouldn't do all that. I'd have one antenna, but that's not how it works. So, and in ham radio in general, antenna is everything. Antenna over amplifier. Here's the thing. If you, let's talk about it like a race car. If you have a 500 horsepower race car and you have 8-inch tires, and that's a good setup to get you down the track in a good amount of time, perfect. Think of the tires as your antenna. Now, if you throw a 1,000 horsepower engine in there and those tires just keep spinning, they cannot put that power to the ground, or your antenna cannot put that power out into the atmosphere. It's doing you no good. Your antenna tuner will divert all the reflect, and it'll give you a good feeling to see your meter going up to, a kilowatt or something, but your actual emitted radiation from your antenna is not even close to that, okay? If you wanted to spend the money to buy the device to measure that, you would be shocked and probably very disappointed. So antenna over amplifier every time. And an antenna designed for the frequencies you want to use it has, and always will be best. I hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers with that. Now, why do I have an antenna tuner? Well, for a couple reasons. Do I really need one? No. Now, there are some bands like 80 that you'd really have to build two antennas, one for the higher, low to mid, and then mid to high, because it's just too big of a band. You can't make an antenna that's flat all the way across that. It's impossible. Now, my 80 meter inverted V is not bad. It's dead flat in the middle, but it climbs up to the 2s on the edges, 2 and a little bit. So I can still run the amplifier. You might be pushing things. As long as I wasn't ratchet jawing it, it'd probably be all right. But a 2.0 standing wave is not really, it's not good, but it's probably not going to blow anything up. So I do like it for down there. Same with 40. 40's not as bad, but it's a long band as well. So you could probably build 240 meters if you wanted to be pretty flat across the entire 40 meter band. The main reason I have one in the shack is it is a idiot switch, and I'm the idiot. This thing is all integrated, and I kind of went crazy when MFJ announced that they were going to close their doors. And hopefully the wife's not too close here. I bought a couple of amplifiers in that tuner because I was like, it's now or never. It's now or never. It's a wonderful thing here, except that was around $800 because it'll do 1,500 watts. So it's the big boy tuner. It has a lot of capacitance if you need it. I don't, but because my amplifiers will go over a kilowatt, I got the biggest one they had. So I bought that and a couple of amplifiers before they closed. But what this does is I have my whole system tied into this. It doesn't do a lot of tuning, a little bit on 80, a little bit on 40. The rest everywhere I use 10, 20, 17, it does almost nothing because I cut the antennas to be resonant where I'm using them. So it doesn't hardly tune anything. But what it does do, if I forget to switch antennas, if you see this box here, I got 8 antennas on this box, and that's how I switch them outside. It's a remote switch. If I forget, if I go from 20 to 40, but I forgot to come off my 20 meter antenna, this thing will freak out and shut my whole system down. If I forgot to change the bands on the amplifier from 20 to 40 and retune, just had a brain fart and just keyed up before anything could get hurt, this unkeys the amplifier, unkeys the radio, shuts everything down and starts beeping at me. So it's a great protection switch. It does do a little bit of tuning for me, but more than anything, it's a watchdog over my station because a lot of expensive stuff back here, amplifiers, radios, all integrated into my computer and stuff like that. And we don't want some crazy reflective RF taking everything out, right? So that's about it, guys. Just wanted to give you a little spiel on antenna tuners, what they are and what they are not. They are not an antenna tuner. They don't tune any antennas. They don't make a bad antenna good. They just protect your radio from a bad mismatched antenna, which all of your multi-band antennas are going to have some mismatch and switching and choking down and things like that. So they're never going to perform as good as an antenna that is for the frequencies you're going to use them on. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll load this up later. And have a great weekend, man. Anything you want to know, ask me. I will try to tell you. I may not have the answer, but I know some people. I can find the answer for you. All right, man. God bless you. Bye now.